glycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends, or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit, I told you shit phenomenal. Nobody a domino, so what you sucker trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance of one West rising to prominent. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupon for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been this proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going on my Patron, premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they heat's on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had them niggas spin like a tire, down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning coming through with the title because U.P. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
All my niggas ride for me. I got niggas that'll die for me. You niggas ain't built like that. Run around talking like a thug when you won't bust a slug, man. Niggas get killed like that. Acting like you bang for the set when you ain't blood or cuz, man. Blood'll get spilled like that. Niggas saying really they the plug, but they talking to the judge, man. Get your cap peeled like that, cause niggas get killed like that. When you ain't built like that, you niggas ain't built like that. You was never on the block, you ain't never dodge a knock. You ain't never fought another crew holding down the park. You ain't swam with the sharks, you ain't wrestled with the gators. You was never fucking popping, you ain't got no fucking haters. Bitch, niggas like you make me watch out for the traitors. When you round some real niggas, mind your behavior. I will beat a nigga ass, then I'm laughing like I'm Jada. Get your fucking mind blown like a cartridge on a Sega. You niggas want attention, they don't want the war though. Talking all that shit, but you got a glass jaw, ho. They never deliver, they got that DiGiorno. This that Walking Dead flow, I eat a rapper torso. You ain't the same man once you off the microphone. You ain't never broke a bone, you ain't never had a scar. You a certified pussy, so don't make me pull your card. I'm a certified prophet, respect it like the word of God. Cause you ain't got the heart, nigga, you ain't got the heart. You ain't about to finish any beef that you start. You ain't never been a soldier, little nigga, play your part. Claiming that you'll spark when you ain't got the heart. Cause you niggas ain't built like that. Run around talking like a thug when you won't bust a slug, man. Niggas get killed like that. Acting like you bang for the set when you ain't blood or cuz, man. Blood'll get spilt like that. Niggas saying really they the plug, but they talking to the judge, man. Get your cap peeled like that. Cause niggas get killed like that. When you ain't built like that. Run around talking like a thug when you won't bust a slug, man. Niggas get killed like that. Acting like you bang for the set when you ain't blood or cuz, man. Blood'll get spilt like that. Niggas saying really they the plug, but they talking to the judge, man. Get your cap peeled like that. Cause niggas get killed like that. All my niggas ride for me. All my niggas ride with me. I got niggas that'll die for me. All my niggas ride with me. You niggas ain't.
What it do? What it do? You know. Cult leader. Yeah. We speak the truth, but we a cult leader. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm a cult leader. Yeah.
It's Kool-Aid, a nigga that sipped the Kool-Aid. That LaFrog single barrel and goose. Got the coke going up on a Tuesday. Roast the false prophet like a gourmet souffle. Cause me no say spirit gun like you skate. Nigga might run up in that black face like Gucci. Boycott a cracker, kill your favorite rapper. Cause I run with G's like a Green Bay Packer. I chop a Christian like a new machete. When you polygamist, they look at you like R. Kelly. Still these women wanna do me like I'm Akinelli. West Coast sisters love me like a Machiavelli. Make these crackers lick the dust off my boots. We want no cowards in our camp and we ain't taking recruits. My crew the livest, y'all suckers is the jobbers. Niggas run their lips but they damn sure wouldn't try us. Nah, I ain't the same cat who used to break laws. They just rather see me as the same cause. Some rather remain lost. My brain washed with these stained thoughts. I be repping for my niggas riding for the same cause. Cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, then I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Better ask somebody, bitch.
Cult leader. Yeah. We speak the truth, but we a cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, and I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, and I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Yeah. On 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit. Fine in, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I get it, iceberg. He don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried. I got rank for it, I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga. Watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not self. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers, Jeepers. Say loaded. Yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking. I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust. Now I'm too clean. Don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. You PK top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that econ line into a damn tank. I got chopper stash in the attic like they had Frank. They had that shit on lock until I snapped on them like ball cutters. You cannot play both sides. Gotta choose your colors. See him throwing that one up with that W. That's my blood, bro. Fine in. I ain't show no mercy. I'm gonna show them boy what time it is. I pop out like a Samuel. I got time to kill. Hey, the squad I died. I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it out the dust. Straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show the skills how I show the skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a made. Circle tight. Yeah, back and seal. Said they want my life. I ain't worried. I got Ray for real.
Yeah, those are messed up. No, bad news is the big dog.
Hey, shalom, shalom. Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Rakatah, to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema, Adatam Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, to the sisters. And yeah, clap it up. We're going to start our Sunday afternoon class. Breakdown. Just okay, we are ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. I am Officer, Precinct Officer 50, Akaska, ISUPK, Bahamas. We're going to get into our class today, but before we're going to talk a little bit about don't celebrate pagan holidays until the captain comes in. Now, if there are any questions, please feel free to put your question out. I may document it. If I'm not able to answer, Cap comes in, he'll be able to take it to the next, take it on further. So, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask your question. Okay. All right. But we try to stick with current issues, and today is one of those days that the world that a lot of people celebrate as Father's Day. ISUPK does not celebrate Father's Day. ISUPK look at any day where we exalt anyone for a day, then we exalt them. We break that first commandment. So that's how we look at it. We can look at the scripture in a minute. Is even the Christians, so that's in the Big Ten, in the Ten Commandments. So I'll go to that scripture right now to start it out. But like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and ask your question. Sulaki, you got a question, young man, Bryce?
I have put my hand on it. I'll block it. I'll get back to
Sulaki,
you.
say it again. Okay. All right. Okay, let's look at this. Now, this is Exodus chapter 20 and the 3rd verse. Exodus 20 and 3. And it simply reads thus, that thou shalt have no other gods before me. And even before we go a little further off of that, you notice the way that's written. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. So even that in itself, it says even that's lowercase gods. So even before you think about having an uppercase God, this is what the scripture is saying. They even have no lowercase God. They even don't have no God. Don't put no God before Yahweh. And I understand. I mean, I don't understand. I in the Christian church, we never viewed things like putting it before God when it is. We never viewed putting events and people before God. We never viewed that as that. But if we take this very practical, as the scripture says, then we should follow this. And all of those days where you are worship for a day, where people that worship, they take people up on the stage, the podium, they highlight them, and now they worship them. They give them all sorts of accolades. They say all kind of things a lot of time, which is not true about the people, but they say a lot of things about them. They don't say the truth. They say basically what the audience should hear. I think that's what they say. What the audience should hear, because a lot of times if you talk the truth, nobody likes the truth. Everybody wants to hear that this person is the best person, and you're going to give them an award for being so nice and good in the community and all this stuff. But when you find out it really doesn't. So that's why it was one of the reasons I understand why we don't celebrate these pagan holidays, because we know who we are and we know whose we are. And back to some of our same scriptures, when we do these things, we find that it catapults us right back.
Slovakia. So
Come with it.
I have a question. So for like how the Bible says, honor your father and your mother, right? What would you say to a Christian when you say, well, I don't celebrate Father's Day, but the Bible says honor your father and mother. So why don't you celebrate Father and Mother's Day? Would be your response?
My response would be honoring your father and your mother. That should be done every day. The reason why we don't celebrate the Father's Day and the Mother's Day is for a specific reason, because of their initial intention, and the fact that like I just said, the fact that we elevate these people for that one day. and I think the birthday is even a better example, because when you think about how the birthday is, people come to you and they sing to you and they bend their knees and they bring you gifts. And a lot of times, even the Mother's Day and the Father's Day is similar to that. You get gifts, you get people honoring you, exalting you, and as I said, even a lot of times, a lot of it is not really true. It's not the real true person they're talking about. So that's how I would approach the if somebody would come to me and say what is my thought about it, and what does the Bible say about it. We put it in the category of having another God before Yahweh. And we could make gods of ourselves, and that's what we do. That's what the birthday does, and that's what the Mother's Day does. That's what the Father's Day do. And so these little things, we don't realize that those are the things that help to cause a stumbling block in our lives. I hope I answered your question.
Can no one can. So
The water. Okay, so I want to go into staying on the same path and staying with some of the same scriptures that we were reading. And like our last class, when I was talking about how if we knew who we were, we would do better. And along the lines that this is the same thing that we don't know who we are. We have been infiltrated by other cultures, and this is why we seem to accept the Father's Day tradition. This was never our tradition. So as we try to get back to our customs and tradition, we try to leave off the pagan celebration. At least we leave them off. So that's why we don't celebrate the pagan celebrations. Those are all pagans. We don't celebrate them. We leave them off, and we celebrate the celebrations that the scripture tells us we have to celebrate. We're coming up right now into the first fruit, and right now we're preparing for celebration right as early as tomorrow, and so that's what we celebrate. A lot of times it seems like the other occasions fall around the celebrations that the Lord had put in place also. I've noticed that a lot of them fall around the same time. This is how things were able to be changed. I say changed because when they put them all together, they was able to now change they changed the time, they changed the date, they changed the name, and so that's what's going on with all of these celebrations.
Salakia, sir.
Come with it.
What about Independence Day? Seeing as you're not actually celebrating a person, you're celebrating the independence of the country. Is that holiday okay to celebrate?
Well, that holiday, if I recall the breakdown on the holidays. Now our holidays, our independence, and and brothers to the north independence is a little different. But the truth is, I think independence is something that we are able to celebrate. I don't know if we go the way and do it. Yeah, but I don't think that's a pagan, and I'll double check with Captain he comes in. I don't think that's a pagan celebration from its inception. So that's a iffy one for me. The independence. I know that ones that we have no issue celebrating would be something like a baby christening, and also like the if you have a whatever anniversary you may have, those things are okay, you know. And even of course if you get married, you could also have some kind of I guess party or whatever else. You can have a ceremony, a party to get together. So those are the things I know so far that we are okay with celebrating. The independence is a little shaky on that one, but I'll get clarification on that.
Salakia, last question.
Come with it.
What exactly is the first fruits holiday?
The first fruit holiday is, well, of course, the first fruit is the spring, the all right, the Passover is 14 days after the New Year. Okay, the first fruit is celebrated 50 days after the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is the Passover would be, and in our case, the Passover was on the Saturday, and then the Feast of Unleavened Bread was on the Sunday. And then 50 days count after that, you have the Feast of First Fruit. Now, the Feast of First Fruit is now, we're into the new year, we're into the spring, we're into all of the harvesting, and that's the first fruit. That's that period of first fruit. When you have the in farming terms, some of our fruit that comes out first, we call it the crown fruit. That means some of the fruits, the initial set of fruit. Let's take for instance like a guava plant. A guava will have the first set of guavas, they'll be prior to the main production of guava on that plant. But the first set of guavas that come, and it wouldn't be that many. If you have a guava tree, it might be maybe out of the tree where you might have, let's say, you might have 50 or 60 coming behind, you will have maybe 5 or the first fruit coming. That's going to be very, very large. It'll be larger than all the other fruits that come behind. So that's only an example of like the first set of fruits. We call them, that's the first fruit, and I think it's kind of synonymous with the first fruit. That's what we're celebrating. That is all about the time of the year, the harvesting time of the year, and the first fruits.
Lost here.
Come with it, young man, Bryce.
Can we clarify that from the Bible?
Speak a little louder if you can.
Can you clarify that from the Bible aspect?
Clarify the first fruit or the Passover.
Yes. The first fruit.
The Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That's what you mean?
And like you said, that can we clarify it from the Bible perspective?
Yeah, my question is, which part are you asking me to clarify?
The first fruit.
The first fruit? Well, I use an example of farming terms, right? But the first fruit, well, to clarify that, I'll see if I can find the scripture for you. But I use a local farming term to explain the first fruit, which that in itself will not be in the scripture. But the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the beginning of the year, and the time of the year. You know, the beginning of our year is not the end of, like, not the winter. It's actually, it's like the spring when things are all becoming all new. And as I'm speaking to you, I'm actually trying to find the chapter, okay? Yeah, that's when everything is all new. So let me see. Okay, let me see if I could find the actual scripture what tells us the day. Because what happens is we have to go according to the day of the Passover, and then we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And actually the day, what I'm trying to find is the scripture that actually says the Passover is 14 days after the new year, the year of Abib, I think it is. Let me see if I put that in. See if that comes up. No. I'm gonna have to get that for you. I'm not finding it right this moment. When Cap gets in, let's see if he jumps in here. See if we could get him. See if he could pull up the scripture. But that first fruit, as I said, the first fruit is a time. I'll look for it, but because it says 50 days after the Feast of Unleavened Bread is the Feast of First Fruit. I have means to find it, but since it be going through the class right now, I don't have the ability to leave it that long and just look for that particular scripture. But I'll try and log that down for next time. If Cap come on, we see if we can find it today. All right. So yeah, as I was saying, the year begins. We calculate the time of the Passover. We calculate the by the moon, and then so we calculate the feast of unleavened bread, and then we calculate all of the high holy days. Basically, we calculate all the high holy days because all of the days they don't always stay the same year to year. So we calculate those days and we celebrate on those days. And so that's why we refrain from celebrating any other day. Now, the Feast of First Fruit is definitely in the Bible. I just need to be able to pull it out. Yes. But right now, pulling it out is kind of a challenge. Okay, so let's walk back to some of the other things what we said the last time. Why is it important? Why is it important that we would why we should stick with and do the things that the Most High said? I'm going to go to a scripture.
Hey, shalom.
And shalom. Shalom.
Yahweh.
With that, I pass the class over to priest and captain of 13,000, Captain Naita, Yahweh by Shem Yahshai Barakatah.
Yeah, Basham Shakatha. Yahweh Shema Tabashim Yahshai. How y'all doing today? Good.
Wow, sir.
I wasn't expecting you on here, you know. I thought, you know what I mean? I thought, Father, they had us. You know what I mean?
This is a lot, yes, sir. No, this is gonna continue. My phone is not repaired. They told me Monday morning they got the part, but so I'll take that there first day. But nothing's gonna get us. We're gonna continue, sir.
Most High in Christ.
And we're talking about the unholy. Go ahead, sir. We're talking about these pagan holidays right now.
Yeah, correct. All right. And what you want to do is, do you know where this whole Father's Day stem from?
So we wanted that, and also there was a question about the Independence Day. Is that okay to celebrate?
What Independence Day?
You know, well, you know, the Bahamas would have an Independence Day. I think it's July the 10th, and that was the question.
And who gave you? Who gave you? Who created that holiday? Did the holiday come from God?
Sir.
So you know what I mean. Just to keep it like that, right?
Time.
What you want? You want to celebrate the days the Lord tell you to celebrate. You understand? What is our Independence Day according to the Bible?
When Christ returned.
Yes, but okay. What story in the Bible give you a sense of Independence Day?
Is it the Tower of Babel?
Okay, when you say Tower of Babel, what you mean? What do you mean, sis? When you say Tower of Babel?
I was referring to the time when everybody's languages was changed and they couldn't understand each other.
Okay, no. Okay, remember my question, right? My question is this. What gives you a sense of Independence Day in the Bible? What story? So for you to have that sense of independence, you have to be in some type of what? For you to celebrate independence, you were considered what?
So like I say, you had to either be in bondage or slavery.
That's it. For you to celebrate independence, right?
So
Come on.
so like I say, so that will be the delivery out of Egypt.
Yes.
Answer.
Right. Every year we celebrate what? What we
Passover.
celebrate? Passover. Passover
Okay.
is, you know what I mean, thanking the Lord for delivering us from what? Our captive. Meaning that's basically your Independence Day when you look at it. Right?
Okay.
Because to be independent or to have independence, what should happen? Like if you had to paint a picture to for example, right? You have you I believe you have kids, right? When a child is independent, what happens to that child?
They can take care of
They-
themselves. They don't have to depend on their parents anymore.
Very good. Now, look at black people condition today. Could we say we're independent? Can we take care of ourselves? Do we have a underwear facility that we own? No, hold up. Do we have a toilet paper company? You understand? You need clothes, you have to go to who? The oppressor. You need to wipe it behind after you use the restroom, we have to go to who? The oppressor. You understand? Like independence, and that, and they give us a false sense of independence in that we think independence is something that could be given to someone. All right? When independence cannot be given to you. You all understand what I'm saying? For example, how did America get their independence?
They fought for that, sir. They took it.
They fought for it. And now, guess what? In America, do they have the English flag?
Nah, sir.
Do they have do they depend on England?
Nah, sir.
Do they what about the money? The face
They
of the money.
They have their own money.
They have their own money. They have their own what? Constitution.
Can't, sir.
You understand? They have their own what? Military.
Can't. They got their own army. Yes, sir.
Right? So if somebody does something to America, America don't have to what?
To ask anybody to help them.
No, they don't. You understand? They give the Caribbean a false sense of independence when we fully dependent on the England. We're fully dependent on America. You understand? How much money does Bahamas owe the what you call those
The
people?
IMF, sir.
Yeah, the IMF. How much money the old IMF?
Trillions of dollars, sir.
You understand? That's the new form of colonialism. New form of colonialism is now represented in economics. You understand? So now ain't no chain on you. But guess what? Me and you had to work hard on them islands to do what?
To survive.
So them taxes we could give to the government so they could pay it right back to the IMF. And then the people on the island, the farmers on the island, they now suffering because ain't nobody buying the product on the island. The government importing all the goods. And they importing all the goods because the IMF is telling them, yo, you have to buy from these people. You have to do this with your money. You have to build this here. You understand?
So like here, sir, if I may.
Come on.
You know, you're 100% right, and most people on the island don't even understand that.
Yeah.
They don't.
They don't.
They think the Bahamas have the liberty to do what they want to.
Right. But they don't.
They don't.
Right? So that whole independence it's almost like your oppressor giving you a day to go celebrate. That ain't no different um than any holiday you would celebrate, like Christmas. Ain't no difference. You understand? It's just another day for you to go celebrate. But that's not from God. Come on.
So like it's yeah,
Mhm.
young man Bryce want to
Right?
say something.
Mm-hmm.
Black here. Well, what about
Mm-hmm.
the world system with NATO,
NATO?
where the whole world is under NATO administrator?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Go ahead.
So, so they're showing that, isn't that showing that it's a non-independent state at all round?
Yes. Yes, it is. Like really and truly, um, these is okay. Everybody likes to say it's not about race when everything is really down to race. It's down to race. You understand? NATO, you know what I mean, more than, you know what I mean, you could say 90% of them is what? Caucasian. I mean, might be another 10% that may be these other race. But really and truly, NATO is America. You understand? All these
Can
countries bow down to America. You
Cancer.
understand? And they would have us think that, you know what I mean, everybody in it because they love America. What does the Bible say about America?
To the
Um,
great horse, sir.
yes, yes. All right. Let's go to that. Let's go to that. All right. That's in I'll tell you just now. Revelation, I believe 17. 17 and maybe start at 1. All right.
Cancer. Could I put it on the screen? Or you want me to read it from the
You could read it from your tell them where
uh,
you're at and then you could start reading.
cancer. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, and starting at verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials,
Mm-hmm.
and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that
Of
sitteth upon many waters.
the judgment of what?
The judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
Yes. And the Bible labels a whore as what? As a woman that goes on and sleeps with what? Have tons of what? Male counterparts. You understand? And plenty countries, you understand? You can name the whole what? The whole Caribbean in bed, you understand? With America. You understand? You could say parts of the Middle East, Europe, all of them down with what? America. And the Bible calls America that whore that sitteth upon many waters. You understand? All right? Read on.
Revelation chapter 17 and verse 2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
Right? And fornication, what is fornication according to the Bible?
Illicit sexual
Fornication,
acts.
unlawful sexual acts.
Unlawful.
You understand? These countries have been in bed with America, or these kings have been in bed, and they have committed fornication. You understand? Their whole reason of being in bed with America is basically keep you down. blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You'll see what's going on in the news today with Hamas and Israel, right?
So I didn't watch the news today, but I was following up with it.
But you see what's transpiring, right? Meaning Israel, the basically the saying right now is committing genocide on the Palestinians, right? And everybody crying for the Palestinians. But what about black people on the island, where the English and the Americans, every nation, the Spaniards, the French, right, the Portuguese, England, America, all of them, you understand, has committed genocide on, on black people, on the Native Indians. You understand? You all have any Native Indians on the island? Any Caribbean Arawak?
Nah, sir. If any,
you all do. If they, you all do, but it's sparingly. The majority of them is beneath the earth. You understand? It's the same thing with Trinidad. There's certain places in Trinidad where you will see some of them, majority of them. Same thing in Jamaica, same thing in all the Caribbean islands. They have a part on the island where, it might not be a big, square miles, but it just be a few of them. And that's because their people have been, genocide has been committed on their people. But nobody cares. Nobody says nothing. As far as America knows, Bahamas is their territory. You understand? Read on.
And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Meaning, what do you mean by made drunk? So now, guess what? You are not an Israelite. You just an African American. I don't see anything. You all brought this on yourselves. All you have to do is just go to school, get an education. But you all decide to do what? To unalive each other. Your man don't want to stay with your woman. Your woman don't want to stay with your man. Your kids are horrible. You celebrating Father's Day and them kids are horrible. You understand? They're drunk. You understand? They're nice. When you have a nice head, you understand? You had a nice time. You go a party. When you go a party, what are you trying to do? You're trying to drink and do what? And have fun.
You
understand? You ain't trying to stay sober. You understand? Right? Read on.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemies, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
All right, these are the 7 heads and 10 horns. I believe it's spoken of in Daniel also too. You understand, right? And these are your nations, right? Your oppressor nations today. That's on the earth today. All right, I'm gonna get the 10 horns, and I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I know I have it in my notes written somewhere. Right, but I'll get that for you. All right. All right. Skip down to verse 5.
And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon the Great.
Right? Mystery what?
The mother of harlot. Mystery Babylon.
Why do you think they're calling it Mystery Babylon? Why is it calling it Mystery Babylon? What's a mystery? Come on.
I just have a thought on it. Okay, so it wouldn't be the original Babylon, but it'll be something like this Babylon, but was in the past. Yes. But it's like a mystery at this point.
Yes. Like today, right? You talk to the average black man on the island today, right? What would be their view of ISIS?
ISIS.
Oh, okay. What would be the view of Hitler?
They think Hitler was a really, really bad guy.
A really, really bad guy, right?
Yes, cancer.
Right. What about Stalin? Do you all know about Stalin?
We know about Stalin, cancer. They, again, those were history showed them as killers.
Yeah. And all your so-called unalivers, your oppressors, what nation were they from? According to the Bible, they're from what? The tribe of what? Not tribe, but they're from Esau. Yes,
Esau. Cancer.
Yes, the oppressor. Right? Now, what's the view of America on the island? Do they hate America on the island?
Oh, America is the greatest thing on. No, they love America.
Yeah, they love it.
Love America.
Until they come to America and they have to live in America and they recognize, you know what? I had it better across in the Bahamas. I had families, I had cousins. If I was hungry, I could do what? I could just go knock on the door and get some food to eat. You know what I mean? I could relax. I want to go take some time off. The beach is right there. Could go relax. You understand? Get an island breeze. You understand? Like, the mystery is this. Black people look at Hitler as being somebody who is evil, which he is. He is one of the most evilest oppressors you would know. But guess what? There's a nation of him that did something to our people. You understand? And we don't correlate it to that. We don't correlate it to that. It's a mystery to us. It's a mystery to us to the point whereas we will do what? We'll go celebrate Independence Day. Because it's a mystery. You understand? It's a mystery to us. Right? And they will never say America is that great Babylon. You will only learn that coming into the truth. The Christian church don't even label America as any negative thing whatsoever. They don't. When America is speaking of in the Bible, right? Read it again.
Time. Revelation chapter 17 and verse number 5. Mm-hmm. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great. The Great.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
The mother of harlots and abomination. The mother of what? The mother of harlots.
So meaning America is, what is it saying? Is America a harlot? What is it saying?
The mother of harlots.
Yes, mother of harlots. You can imagine somebody coming to you and telling you that you are mother of harlots, of whores. Is that a reputation you want to have?
Yes.
No, you don't want to have that reputation. You understand? And what you're seeing on the earth right now, in front of your face, meaning the Israelis is committing crimes according to the International Court of Justice. According to that court, they are committing crimes.
Cancer.
According to that court. According to the Bible, I ain't how to tell you. They're committing crimes. You understand? Now, is any country trying to stop them? Is America trying to stop them?
Sir.
No. You understand?
So, okay,
right?
so
because go ahead.
The Christians here believe that Israel have the right to defend themselves. So they
Yeah.
agree with the genocide.
Yeah. until you twist it and put it on them.
Cancer.
Right? And that is because you all ever heard about Stockholm syndrome?
Cancer. I was around when that happened. I know it well.
Yes. Right? That's what we have, where we feel sympathy for what? Our oppressor.
Oppressor.
You understand? Where we, whatever pain our oppressor have, we take it on. You understand? So if the oppressor does not like the Arabs, guess what? We don't like the Arabs too. Since our oppressor don't like Hamas, we don't like Hamas too. When it's, you know what I mean, you will think I'm saying we should like Hamas and the Palestinians and like the oppressor, you know what I mean, choose one. I'm saying we shouldn't choose any. Choose your people. You understand? The blacks, Hispanics, the blacks on the island, the Hispanics on the island, the Caribs and Arawaks on that island, the Taino Indians on the island, you choose them. You understand? Your preacher, he just getting paid. You understand? Right? Read on.
The mother of harlots, an abomination of the earth.
You understand? And that's America. That's why I ask you, where Father's Day come from? Where you all think Father's Day come from? Look it up, Akash, and then put it up on the screen. I hope you all wouldn't be shocked when you all see where Father's Day come from. You understand? And we all know, is Mother's Day in the Bible? No. Is Father's Day in the Bible? No. Right? I think this month is what they call Pride Month. Is there Pride Parade on the island in Bahamas?
Sir.
It ain't reached there as yet.
Not to that point. They're here, but not yet.
Good. Yeah, I mean, but you know what I mean, if Christ don't come back, brother, they're gonna be in the streets. You understand? They're gonna be in the streets. You know what I mean, you find it?
Yeah. I'm trying to find it right now.
It ain't, trust me, it ain't nothing deep. When I say deep, meaning you ain't had to go all the way back in history. Father's Day is a 20th century what I call that? Invention. You understand?
Newly invented.
Yeah. Why? Why do you think they invented Father's Day?
I guess after they had Mother's Day, they just had to have Father's Day.
Yeah. And this is what you have to understand. Okay. Now, who is easily seduced?
The women.
How we know the woman is easily seduced?
Yeah. we know that practically, we know that because they fill the churches. That's one of the things. And the Bible says they are the weaker vessel.
Okay, no. I didn't ask which one is weaker. What did I ask?
Which one is easily seduced?
Yes.
Well, I mean, the men seduce them all the time.
Come on.
Slovakia. The woman are seduced, and they have the upper hand on us as man because they take care of the home and they grow up all the children. So the children really follow the instruction of the mother more than the father, because the father does not be with the children as much as the mother. So the mother have that power of seduction.
No. Okay. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when it comes to, okay, if I'm trying to sell something, right? Right? Who is quicker to buy my item? You understand? Selling
So,
whatever
yeah,
selling
the woman,
the woman. You understand? Like that. That's why
the woman.
you understand.
Yeah.
Yes, the woman. But I need a precept though. Where's my precept?
Um,
Go, go to First Timothy. All right. All right. First Timothy 2, right? And 13. That's why majority of holidays, right? They are directed to who? To women. You understand?
go ahead, sir.
Does a man care about flowers?
Nah.
You know what I mean? You ask a man, what's your best flowers? He gonna be looking at you like, is you on the other side? What you talking about best flowers? You understand? You ask a man about candles, he gonna be looking at you like, yo, why you coming at me like that? You understand? You gonna want to knock him down. You understand? Somebody trying to come at you like that. You understand? You know what I mean? All these advertisements to get a man. What do they try to do? They try to have what? A woman who is what? Skimpily dressed.
To get a man attention, they'll have women in it.
Yes, and that woman has to be skimpily dressed. You understand? That's why advertisement, you know what I mean, to men is in that way. You understand? And still it's not bad as if, you know what I mean, for women. And you're gonna read it right here. Read this.
This is the book of First Timothy chapter 2 and verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And was
right. When it says first formed, what does that mean?
That means he was given the truth first.
Yes, she was first formed, then Eve, meaning the Lord saw Adam needed help, and he made what? A help. You know how women like to say it was 50-50? Well, in the beginning, it was somewhat like that, right? Because the Lord created Eve as what? A help. Good? To help Adam. But guess what? Read on.
Verse 14. And Adam was not deceived.
Adam was what?
Was not deceived.
Read on.
But the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
The woman was deceived by who? By that serpent, by the oppressor. Just like today. They push this what? Independent woman talk. You know, gas a woman head up thinking that she could take care of a house on her own. She don't need a man. You understand? You read some of these stories with some of these sisters that are single and growing these children up, these kids up. Some of them just trip out and leave the child and then go on holidays, or harm the child, or abuse the child mentally and physically because the child looks like the father. You understand? And that's because they were seduced. Some of them were seduced into doing it. Right? And they fall into that trap. Right? Read that again.
Come on, sir. This is the book of First Timothy chapter 2 and verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Read on.
And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Yes.
And now you could go to what? Where it says in Peter, where it speaks about the woman being the weaker vessel. You understand? Eve, where do you get the word naive from? What does naive mean? Meaning what? You are what?
Near to
Nigh,
Eve, see?
yes,
Nigh
unto Eve. You understand? And Eve was what? She was seduced into disobeying what the Lord said not to do. Eve didn't want to listen to what the Lord told Adam. Adam came and told her, yo, the Lord said we shouldn't read this. We're not supposed to read this constellation here. Don't read this here, this tree right here. But guess what? The serpent came to Eve. That's why, what does the Bible say about how do you get into a man's house?
So I
How do you get into a house?
you bind the strong man.
That's what you have to do. It didn't say bind the woman. It says what?
Bind the strong man.
Yes. Correct. Right? Get that for me. Go to Mark 3:27.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 3, and verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first.
You understand what's happening here, right? What's that man good in the house? Please do not tell me that orange or mango. It had nothing to do with that. Ain't no mango, ain't no breadfruit. Right? What's that man goods in the house?
Silaki says the woman
and
the children.
Children. You understand? So now you do what? You bind that strong man up. And what happens? That house is spoiled. Right? That's why if you go what? Just go 50 years back when the father was in the house. What happened? Go 50, 60 years back before this, this separation started, this divorce started taking place. What happened? You had what? A strong family core.
Cancer.
You understand? We know parents or uncles or aunts who had what? Marriages of 50 years and more. You understand?
Can.
Now, if you make it past 2 years, you're good. That is how to put it, you deserve a award, a plaque if you make it past 2 years with a woman. As a couple. You understand? And that's because they done found a way to what? Bind the strong man. You understand? Right? Father's Day is one of them. You think you are, so you telling me my oppressor is going to give me 1 day out the year to acknowledge my father? 1 day out the year to acknowledge my father. You understand? That's because they done what? Bind the strong man. So now you are father, you get a pair of socks. You what? You happy. You get a tie. You happy. You get some drawers. You happy. You understand? At least the acknowledgement. Things getting so bad right now. Guess who getting Father's Day presents? Who getting Father's Day presents today? To show you how much the strong man is bind in that house. So you want to give it a try? Who is stepping in for the fathers today and getting gifts for the fathers? And the oppressor knew. Yes. You ever hear a mother say, "Hey, forget about your father. I'm your father and I'm your mother."
Can't and one can't. So.
You understand? So guess who gets in daddy's gift? Mommy too. So now they done turn it into what? A marketing scheme. They knew this, it will come to this. You understand? All these mothers, their fathers, they to the root of it is about money. You understand? No, everything else is just offspring of it. Meaning, beside the money, after the money, now you have what? The family being destroyed. You understand? Now you have, you know what I mean, a mother who is a monster. You know what I mean? Telling you, forget about your father. I'm your father and your mother. He don't deserve anything. He doesn't bring anything in this house. I provide everything for you. I send you to school. I clothe you. I do everything for you. He gives me no money. He's a deadbeat dad. You know how hurtful that is? It's a child. You understand? They done found a way to what? Destroy the strong man. You know what I mean? Your father is strong out on drugs. Why? Because the oppressor done what? Oppress him and beat him all the way down. And now mommy just finishing the job with them kids. You understand? When the Bible tells us, what does the Bible tells us to do when it comes to your mother and father?
For the children to honor the mother and the father.
Honor what?
Honor your mother and your father.
You sure I said that in the Bible?
Can't, sir. That your days may be long.
Young man, Bright, you ever heard that in the Bible? What about sis? You ever heard that in the Bible? What is saying in the Bible about it?
Can't and one can't, sir. Honor
What
your
does it
father
say?
and your mother.
Honor your what?
Father and your mother, so that your
That's
days
it.
could be long.
That is it. That's what it said in the Bible. Well, I was trying to get to see if I could trip you all up. Sis ain't fall fit. She ain't fall fit. Because normally what we say is honor your mother and father. When in the Bible, it's what?
Honor your father and your mother.
Yes. That's what's in the Bible. You understand? You know what I mean? It's you know what I mean, these little small things you think is you saying it by how to put it, by you know what I mean, by chance. You're not saying them thing by chance. You saying them thing because it's been stamped into your brain. Mom. Come on.
Subliminal messages.
Yes. You know what I mean? I put 2 pictures up here right now. And I said, tell me which one is Jesus Christ.
So
your mind is going to fight and be like,
you're going to
be like, oh, this one, the black one, that's Jesus Christ. You understand? That's to show how messed up it is. You ever hear people say, when you ask them what color Christ is, what do they say?
So when you get them in the corner, they say it don't matter.
They don't matter, right? The next time you get them in the corner and they say don't matter, have a picture of Serge Bourget in the back of your bag and then put it on the ground and tell them step on it.
They probably will fight right then, sir.
The topic will change to why are you doing that? Well, some people believe that that's God. That's Jesus Christ. Well, I'm not talking about some people. I'm talking to you.
God.
You understand? But that's to show you how, you know what I mean, how they brainwashed us from birth. You growing up thinking that. Give me Exodus 20 and 12.
Oh, okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Honor thy father and thy mother,
mm-hmm.
that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Yes. So, sis, what does that say? When it say honor your father and mother, what does that say?
Respect them and be obedient to them.
Okay, so if mommy tell you, I need to go to the grocery and I need some pork. I'm gonna make a pork dish. I need some shrimp and some crab. Mommy send it to the store to go get it. Or daddy send it to the store to go get it. What's gonna happen now?
Um, I think it depends on the age. If you're still young, you have to do as they say. But if you're an adult, you could tell them,
Mm-hmm.
well, I don't, I don't eat those things, or that goes against the laws in the Bible. So I'm not gonna purchase that. I can purchase anything else that you want me to get, but just not
Very,
that.
very good. So now when it says honor your mother, honor your father and mother, right? What is it trying to get you to do? It just means simply to do what? So now you can't say it means to just listen to them. Because that's what your mom and dad try to do to you when you're not going to church. You need to listen to me. I'm your mother. I'm your mother. Where's the lighter? Give me. I'm your mother. You understand?
Cancer.
So when I say honor your mother, honor your father and mother, it just simply means to take care of them. You understand? Take care of them. You understand? If they need something from the store, as you say, you're adult and you have to go buy something for them, then you should do what? You should explain to them there's boundaries to this. You understand? If you're a child, you still tell them, nonetheless. Your child says, Mom, we ain't supposed to be eating pork, crab, shrimp, or lobster. Right? I'll get everything else. Child, you better do what I tell you to do. Mommy send you. I mean, no sweat. You just don't eat it. You understand? You don't eat it. Right? Mommy to honor father and mother is simply you take care of them, basically. Take care of them the best way possible. Right? Because in the New Testament, the so-called Sadducees and Pharisees was doing what to the mother and them? What were they doing to the mother and father in their old age? You remember the story?
That answer.
Okay.
That's one idea.
Hold on. Let me see if I get it for you all. Right? And it's basically okay. When you ever hear okay, when you were younger, right? Around brothers or sisters that was in a dysfunctional home, right? How did they view their parents? And then you know them growing up, and you'll grow up, and the parents in the old age, right? And because they come from that dysfunctional home where either mommy or daddy was abusing them in whatever way, right? What do they? How do they look at mommy and daddy when they're going through
So
some
that
type of
is,
Come on.
yeah, they're not sympathetic to their parents in their old age. They don't particularly like them because of how they treated them when they were young.
Yes, and they try to tell the parents, and then what? What do they
Yeah,
tell the parents?
not sure.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, I know. That was
Mm-hmm.
it was a gift. Is that the scripture?
Yes. Yes, that's it. What do they mean by that?
I mean, they was having fun when they was having them.
Mm-mm. No, 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 no.
Not that?
No. Mm-mm.
It was a gift.
It's a little more than that. And when I do get it, I know it's in I know Christ was speaking to them about it. and was cutting them to the core. Listen, I'll get it. I was cutting them to the core when it comes to it. Hold on. Hold on, let me get it. That's I'll pull it up here. Give me 1 minute. Right, and it's good for basically good for fathers. They also too. Right, all this that we're going over here. That's good. All right. Like you want to honor your mother and or your father today, you should not be doing what? You shouldn't be buying him any gifts. You understand? You should love your father for how much days you should love your father?
Every day.
Every day. Every day you honor him. You don't let the so-called oppressor, right? Hold on.
This is Matthew 15 and 5.
Yeah, I think that's it. Read that for me.
Come on. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15.
Start at verse 1.
And starting at verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then came to Jesus the scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, Why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread.
All right, so they're focusing on what? On hygiene. Right? They're like, yo, these men ain't washing their hand. Like Christians, that's why the truth. You understand? You have to be what? So that's what a P. You have to be what? What you have to
perfect.
be in here?
Perfect.
You have to be perfect.
Answer.
Right? What did Christ say?
Be ye perfect,
as your Father is in heaven. Yes.
Come.
Why? Because, brother, you pick a piece of pork up and put it in your mouth, oh, you evil. The truth ain't, you're not in the truth. You this, you that. You understand? When in a Christian church, tons of kids getting abused. But they're not leaving the church, right? But you do one thing, or aqua. One thing. You understand? You are basically dishonoring the truth. You understand? And making it real bad. You understand? Right? Because Christians, they are doing what? They are looking at how you what? They're looking at what? How you dress, how you speak to each other, how you act. You understand? You can't be in here and then act one way, and then when you get to work, you understand, or in public, you are a totally different person. You understand? You can't do it. Then you are giving them a reason to what? Point the finger at you.
Oh my God.
And say that school is just another form of what? Christianity in. Because I see it, you don't get worse going to that school. You understand? Now read on.
Come on. This is the book of Matthew chapter 15 and verse 3. But he answered and said unto them, Why do ye also transgress the commandments of God by your tradition?
So now he going into what? Transgressing what?
The commandments of God.
Commandment, meaning this is what the Lord commanded you to do. This is not what? This is not a what?
A suggestion.
Yes. This is not giving you an option. This is not saying, do you want breadfruit or do you want mango? This is not that. This is him saying, yo, eat this. Do this. This is a commandment. Read on.
For God commanded, saying, Honor thy father and thy mother.
Honor what?
Honor thy father and thy mother.
You
And
understand?
mother.
And what does that mean? Simply what? Take care of your
Take
parents
care of them.
in the old age. Why? Because when you young, guess what has to happen?
They have
It's
to take care of
reversed.
you, sir.
They take care of you.
Sir.
You understand? Right? Read on.
He that curseth father or mother, let him die the death.
Him that what?
He that curseth father or mother, let him die the death.
This is why when you come in here, brother, and you start to learn these scriptures, you're going to have to forgive your father. You're going to have to forgive your what? Your mother.
Mother.
You're going to have to forgive them. You understand? You could confront them on it and let them know that you were hurt, but you're going to have to what? In the end, forgive them. You understand? Read on.
Come, sir. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 5. But ye say, Whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, It is a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profit by me.
Oh boy, what is that saying? What is that saying? What's a gift?
So like I said it again.
What is the gift in here represents? Okay, maybe Anthony Lord is showing me that, you know what I mean, you all weren't abused growing up. You know what I mean? Thank the Lord for that. You understand? But brother, you've been abused growing up, right? You gonna understand this to the point whereas you ever hear a cousin or a friend or something say he must get old, and when he get old, I'm gonna deal with him. You ever hear that?
Can't, sir. I've heard that.
You understand, brother? As a young boy, I used to be plotting on my father, plotting on him. You understand? Thinking that is right, meaning no, you wait till he in his old age, where he needs water, or he needs his pills or whatever, and now you're saying that's a gift from the Lord.
I can't.
You understand? You know why you have what's the dementia? That's a gift from the Lord. You got that. You understand? When your father or mother gets up in their age, you have to do what? You're commanded by the Lord to do what? To take care of them.
Can't.
You understand? You're commanded by the Lord to take care of them. Why? Because you're going to put them in some home for the age, and they're going to what? Abuse your mother or your father.
Yeah.
You understand? They're going to need to be changed or need to be dealt with a certain special way. And they wouldn't do it like you would have to do it, or you would do it, because that's your mother and your father, and you honor them. You understand?
Can't, sir.
Right? And that's what Christ was cutting them to the core saying. Because these Sadducees and Pharisees were teaching the people that you get this, you like this because you were wicked. You're a wicked parent, or you're a wicked man or a wicked woman. That's why the Lord jam me up, give you where's him? Arthritis, Arthur. You understand? That's why the Lord give you that. You understand? You can't do that. Can't do it. mean, you know what I mean? Some grown people. That's I never gave you any gift, Dad. Why? Because you were never around. You were never this. And what? You want me to come take it to the doctor now? I'm busy. I got kids. I got a family now. I have to go do this, that, the other. Oh, you can't get somebody else to bring. What about your friend? But you remember that friend back in the day that you wanted to go hang with instead of take me to my prom or to the movies? Right? You can't go get him now or her now. You understand?
Can't, sir.
Behave like that. You understand? And America give us these holidays and it teach, you know what I mean, our people, you know what I mean, evil things about ourselves, basically. You understand? Right? Any more on that? Read on.
Can't, sir. And honored not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have ye made the commandment of God of none effect by your tradition.
You understand? So he is saying that what? Your tradition, right? Of telling your parents, you know what I mean? You're like this because you was evil. You understand? You are doing this by tradition. And by doing this by tradition, you have done what? They have done what?
You have
What have they done?
They have made
The last part.
the commandments of God of none effect by your tradition.
That's it. You celebrating Father's Day is a what? That's a what?
Tradition.
Yes, that's handed down. This is a tradition that is handed down. You hear some people, you try to talk to them about certain things. Nah, this is generations you're talking about here. We did this every year for Christmas. This, that. And now you tell me I should stop now? I didn't turn out bad. This didn't do me anything. You make by your traditions, you doing what? You read it again?
Come on. They have made the commandments of God of none effect by your tradition.
So guess what? You celebrate Independence Day, but Passover is nothing to you. You understand? And when I say nothing, meaning people in the world, that's how they think.
Can't.
You understand? They don't know the anger in the Lord by celebrating these traditional holidays rather than celebrate what the Lord tells us to celebrate. You understand? So now you don't even know how to honor your mother and father. As far as you know it, you just have to what? You obeying your mother and father. That's all you have to do. When it's more than that, brother, more than that, you're going to have to forgive daddy. Daddy ain't take you to the park. He ain't take you to the beach. He ain't take you to the wherever you want to go hang. He ain't take you there. Man, you're a grown man. Forgive him. You understand? And now get to work into taking care of mommy and your father and your mother. You understand? All right. And any more questions?
Silaki, sir. Young man Bryce had a question earlier on the first fruits. I was telling him how it's 50 days after the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Yes.
But wanted some scriptural support.
Go to Leviticus. Leviticus 23. Is it 23? Let me see. Yeah. Right? Start at verse 6.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 6. And And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye shall eat unleavened bread.
Right. So Passover, right? Sundown, right? Starts to what? The feast of unleavened bread. After the day after. You understand? We have a holy convocation. Then for that 7 days, we have it. Right? Read on.
In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work therein.
Right. Right. So remember what happened. So we had Passover, and then the next day sundown was what?
Feast of unleavened bread.
Yes. Right. But the feast of unleavened bread basically starts when? Passover night, basically.
Cancer.
Because we eat what? Lamb and what? Unleavened bread. But we have the holy convocation sundown next day. Right? Read on.
But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. In the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Right? No servile work therein. Read on.
Verse number 9.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruit of your harvest unto the priest.
Read on.
And he shall wave the shaft before the Lord to be accepted for you.
Right,
And
read on.
the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
And
So he just describing what you're supposed to do, right? Or what you're supposed to do on that day. Right? Read on.
And ye shall offer that day when ye wave the shaft and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord, unto the Lord. And
Read
the
on.
meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deal of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor.
Right. What verse in?
At the end of 13.
And the 13. So all of this from verse 10, right? To verse 22. Let's skip down to 22. Right?
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 22.
Uh-huh.
And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and unto the stranger. I am the Lord your God.
Right? Oh, is in what you call it again? Verse 16. That's actually what you're asking for. Right? Read verse 16.
It's the book of Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 16. Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord.
And that's the 50 days after the Feast of Unleavened Bread is speaking about. You understand?
Cancer.
Right? Right? That's where that 50 days come from after the Feast of Unleavened Bread. and be from Leviticus 23 and 10 all the way down to 22, right? It's describing that high holy day, feast of first fruits. Okay?
Cancer.
All right. Any more questions? All right. Before we head out, right? Just go to Ecclesiasticus 3. All right. 3 and 12.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
My son, help thy father in his age.
All right. What is that saying? That's basically explaining what is what? Honoring your father and mother. You understand? This is the explanation of it right here. Read on.
And grieve him not as long as he liveth.
Meaning what? Do not celebrate Father's Day. Do not celebrate what? Mother's Day. Don't bring a what? It's something my father used to always tell me.
Don't bring pork chop in the house.
That too, but if you had to put it in a nutshell, what is your father telling you not to do? Meaning this: when you're young and you in that community, right? Who is known in the community? The father or the child?
The father is known.
Yes. So that if that child, that son, is being a part of the LGBT movement,
He said, don't bring shame into the house.
Yes. You understand? It's going to be such and such son or such and such daughter. You understand? Right? You shouldn't bring shame on your father. You should not. That's why this school is so important to brothers and sisters. Whereas we growing up, okay, we didn't understand how serious these things is. Why? Because of the Christian church. But the truth gives you that second chance to make that happen. So now you're a man coming to the school, right? Now you know exactly how to go about doing what? Taking care of your father. So now you telling your father, hey, daddy, if you need, whatever you need, I ain't buying you no gift on Father's Day. But if you need something, you just let me know. I'm going to go get it. You understand? But I ain't buying you no gift on Father's Day. But if you need to go here, you need to go there, whatever, I there for you. I no sweat. I know we had a rough upbringing, but I forgive you. We good. You understand what I'm saying? The school helps your man that you are a woman coming in. You understand? The school helps you start over again from scratch. You understand? You are a what? When you come in here as a woman. What you consider when you come in here as a woman. And as a man, whatever age you're coming, what do we say? Young man.
Young man. Cancer.
You understand? When a woman comes in here, she's a young woman. And according to the Bible, right? What's a young woman? According to the Bible.
Become a virgin.
That's it. So now your slate start all over again. And now you doing what the Lord tell you to do. You understand? You're not going to bring no shame on your father's house. You're not going to do it. Right? Read on. And you're not going to grieve him. You understand? To grieve him. Now, you selling what? Drugs on the block. get shot or have to shoot somebody, you understand? You're going to grieve your father because why? He in his old age. Who is going to protect him when you go to jail? You in jail now. You understand?
Come.
Who going to protect him? Who going to protect the house? He protected the house when you was there. Who going to do it now for him? Read on.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3 and verse 13. And if his understanding fail,
Meaning what? Now he has what?
dementia and Alzheimer's.
Yes. If it fails, right?
Have patience with him.
Have what?
Have patience with him.
Buy him a gift.
Have patience with him.
Yeah. That's it. Have patience with him. He know every year he getting a gift on Father's Day, whatever. You understand? Nah, you know, I ain't buying. No, you know, you ain't getting that. Not today. You understand? Not today. That daddy getting up and walking into the kitchen to use the kitchen as a bathroom. No, daddy, come on. No, let's go here. You understand? You might have to clean the mess up and see, daddy ain't no problem. You know what I mean? You good. But next time, you know what I mean, use the toilet. I'm gonna write something on the door for you to let you know. So you do this. I'm gonna write some notes. Now you doing what? You finding ways to deal with the situation. You understand? You ain't running from it. You ain't doing none of that. You understand? You really want to know what Father's Day is all about? Father's Day is 365 days of the year. You understand? That's what it's all about. Not about just one day giving your father some pair of socks and saying thank you, daddy, or some card and thanking him. No. It's a little more than that. You had to take care of that man. Read on.
Okay. And despise him not.
And what?
And despise him not.
You ashamed because you're going to the mall with him and he done, you know what I mean? He done do something that he ain't supposed to do. Or your mom. She do something she ain't supposed to do. So despise him. Be tolerant of him. Because when you was a baby, guess who was wiping that doo-doo butt? He was. He didn't let you run around the house with doo-doo in that Pampers. He clean you up. Right? Read on.
When thou art in thy full strength. So, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength.
Meaning now what? You could do what?
You in full strength. Because you're in your full strength.
Yeah, but you in your full strength, meaning what? You could do what? You could either help him or what?
Or you could hurt him.
Or hurt him.
But
you in your full strength, so now it's telling you what? Take care of him. He depending on you now. He made sure when you had to go to the doctor, he rushed you to the doctor if some illness, you got ill. The reason why you're able to live to that age is because your father did a good job. You understand? And some of us don't connect that maybe mommy was just a bitch. That's why daddy was trying to save his kahunas and stay away and not be belittled. You understand?
Yeah.
Right? Read on.
For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten.
Right? It would not be forgotten. The Lord ain't gonna forget what you did for your father. You take care of your father in his old age. Oh, he ain't forgetting about that. Read on.
And instead of a sin, it shall be added to build thee up.
Right? Instead of a sin. Because what they were doing, what Christ told them they was doing, they was telling the parents that was a gift. You can't do that to your father. That's a sin. You can't do that to him. You can't come into the UPK and ill-treat your father in his old age or ill-treat your mother in her old age. You understand? You can't do that in here.
Come.
Read on.
In the day of thine affection. It
Mhm.
shall be remembered,
Read on.
and thy sin also shall melt away as
Right?
ice in a fair warm weather.
Yeah. So now the Lord's basically telling you, you deal with your parents a certain way, right? It's saying your father, but of course we know it means what? Your mother and what? Father.
Mm, Father.
You understand? Then guess what? That might make you what? The Lord might have mercy on you because you done commit sin, you done a sinner already. So now doing this could have the Lord have what? Mercy on you.
Come
Your
on,
sin could
come.
what? Melt away as ice. You understand? Read on.
He that
What verse is it?
forsaken is verse number 16. He that forsaken
Oh,
his father,
hold on. You skip down?
let us, let's see.
What verse you start at?
At I think it was 6.
6. And you get to 16 already? Oh man.
Answer.
Well, I think that's about it right there. I think you'll get it drift. This whole chapter basically telling you how to deal with your father.
Can.
You understand? This whole chapter, you understand this as a daughter or a son, you know how to deal with your father. You understand? The Bible also says, I mean, you as a father shouldn't provoke your children to commit sin. You understand? So you as a father, you have a responsibility. You as a son or a daughter, you have a responsibility. You as a mother, you have a responsibility. You understand? And today is one of them days you should not be celebrating. And we, as a father, as a mother, should be teaching our kids not to celebrate these days. You understand? Instead, honor your mother and father. Honor your father and your mother what? Every day. Do it every day. Don't let no oppressor tell you when to honor your father and your mother. You understand? All right? You have any questions before I let you all out? I know I'm way over the time.
That's sir.
Okay. So tomorrow you all know what to do, right? Right. Call in. I'll have the link sent to you all. All right. You know, sit in the class.
Sir.
All right. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer Aka.
Yeah. Let's clap it up. This is the security announcement. We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves off the world. After 6 months, if the brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry, tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10. And it means tenth in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashira, penny of any increase that the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. The priest fund. Free will offering for priests is not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, you can give. Upcoming Holy Convocation. Tomorrow we'll be celebrating our first fruit. Remind Aquatim to check the social media, isupk.com Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he must start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, men of Israel will rise and give one courtesy salute to the teacher. So, men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah. You muted, Captain.
Yeah, how about Shimmy Ashai Brock a thumb?
Ajimata, we give a courtesy salute to the sister, Sister Amajim, and Mrs. Stan. Amajim Shabbat, Barak, Amajim Barak, Yahweh Shema Alatam by Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema Elatan Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Ajimata, Amadan, class dismissed.
Nice. Shalom. Yeah,
Shalom.
sir.
Everybody, Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
So you still don't have your phone, right?
Till tomorrow.
Mhm.
It seems like the phone. They say they should be repairing it tomorrow.
Okay. If not, then what you could do is just maybe
Well,
Tuesday.
I'll have the laptop. I'll sign in.
Okay.
Yeah, so I should be there. It shouldn't be a problem, even if the phone is not repaired. I'll be there. I'll be in
Okay.
class.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, the phone will not stop me.
Okay. All right. So what?
I am the boss, sir.
All right.
Shalom.
So, all right. Shalom. Mishkatha.
Everybody, Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.